to rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful. So, Master's Day of Judgment in which we now live, He alone do we serve, and He alone beseech for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path, path of those upon whom Thou hast bestowed Thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom Thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard Thy teachings. Say He, Allah is one God. Allah is He of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is He begotten, there is none like Him. And I bear witness that none is to be served, worship, or praised besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. We'd like to acknowledge the brothers and sisters who extended us the greetings of Assalamu Alaikum. We have Brother Muhammad Salim Bey from Oakland, California. We have Brother Hanif from Honolulu, Hawaii. We have Brother Minister Khalil Muhammad from Lake Worth, Florida. And we have Brother Abdul Ali from Tampa, Florida. And I'd like to say in the name of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of his last and greatest messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'd like to greet the brothers and sisters with the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. We'd like to continue with our talk on which one will survive the War of Armageddon. And today, we're going to talk on the December 23rd, 1973 Muhammad Speaks newspaper, which is called Christmas. We're going to continue talking about Christmas. And it was something real interesting that I saw in this Muhammad Speaks newspaper that I thought I'd share with the believers. This is on page 5, and it's the Muhammad Speaks Reader Information Service. It says, for free information about any of the services and products which are advertised in this newspaper, please circle the proper number on the coupon below and return to Muhammad Speaks. Now this, they telling to the readers, if you want more information on any of the products and services that the Muslims provide, services, like the Nation of Islam was actually providing services for black people. And this was amazing to me. They providing services, but in today's world, you don't hear nothing about the messenger. And in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, it wasn't just a newspaper presenting the news to black people. It was actually providing a service. And it has, number 1, it has Capital Cleaners. Number 2, it has Eat Bread. Number 3, it has Guaranteed Bank. Number 4, it has MGT Clothing. Number 5, it has Muhammad Speaks Press. Number 6, it has Muslim Imports. And then it has Fish. Number 7, it has Muslim Imports, and it has merchandise. Because the messenger was importing the fish from Peru and sardines from Morocco. That was the fish. Then with the Muslim Imports merchandise, he was getting cookware and stuff from China and I believe Japan. That's imports, the messenger. So then it says, number 8, it says national radio broadcast. Number 9, it says official Muslim jewelry. Number 10, Omar on the Nile beverages. Number 11, progressive land developers. Number 12, Muslim literature. Number 13, Salam restaurant. Number 14, Temple Number 2 clothing store. Number 15, Your Supermarket. Number 16, Salam sandwich shop. Number 17, Sales and Office Building. Number 18, Shabazz Bakery. Number 19, Shabazz Market. Number 20, Shabazz Restaurant. Number 21, Muhammad Speaks subscriptions. And number 22, Arabic lessons. That's 22 services that the messenger was providing black people. And he didn't say, you send in a donation and you get more information. He said for a free information. Because what got me with this is that we have today a lot of Muslims who have documents and papers and videos and pictures of the stuff that was going on back in the day. What they giving you for free? When you want to come to these little museums they got, what you getting for free? Nothing for free. They don't provide this, the information of the messenger for free. It's like they trying to charge you for it. It's like they trying to come up for it. It's like, come on. Like, the messenger said, this is what he said in Our Savior Has Arrived. It's chapter 33, and the title is called Christmas. The messenger says, Abraham and his son Ishmael, according to the Quran, also prayed to Allah, God, that he might raise up an apostle from among the lost found and mentally dead people, and to teach him the knowledge of the book, Bible, and wisdom, Holy Quran, that he may teach others of his people the meanings of what they read out of the Bible and Quran. It says, but what does this do to the rest of the people? It says, it causes them to become jealous and envious of that one whom God confers more of his divine knowledge upon than he does the rest. This is what is happening right at this very hour. The Holy Quran plainly teaches us that every one of us wanted the same thing that he gave the messenger. That is the knowledge of the book and the wisdom of God and the Quran. It is prophesied that the lost found black man would envy the knowledge that God will bestow upon his servants, to teach them the knowledge of that which before they knew not. It says this is the American so-called Negro. The Bible teaches that they all wanted to be shepherds, therefore the sheep went astray. What a jealous and envious people the black people are. This is why we can be divided so easily against each other. It is because the devil soon sees that none wants to follow the other. Look how they are reaching out at what I am teaching, placing it on their coat lapels and in their books, and mixing it up with their own corrupt ideas, just to be called leaders. All praise is due to Allah. Because in this information that the messenger provided for free, Muslims got it now. And I saw one time, and this is what upsets me, I'll say, when I see this. Because I saw a picture, it's a picture in one of these Muhammad Speaks newspapers that I got the paper. But at first I just saw the picture online with one of these archivists. The picture was of ministers selling the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. They had a Muhammad Speaks newspaper drive, and they had pictures of ministers with all of them had a bundle of papers. But when I saw the picture online, it didn't have the caption underneath. So the picture looked like, from the way they was presenting it, like this one minister had all these other brothers doing stuff for him type. You know, like the #1 student thing. But when you get the paper, all of them brothers was ministers, and the Muhammad Speaks was giving all of them props. But when you see these people with this history, they present it to you trying to make themselves leaders. And that's a disservice to the black. This stuff don't belong to us. This stuff belongs to the black man. All praise due to Allah. All of this. This don't belong to you. When you take a picture and you get the picture and you put your little organization across the picture, so if we want the picture, we got to come through you. No. You take the Muhammad Speaks newspaper articles, and then when you post them, you put your little thing on it, your little label on it, like we got to go ask you to get it. No. This ain't what this is. This belongs to the black man. This don't belong to you. This don't belong to nobody. For them to take this and present it to the people like you trying to hype up your man. You only put out the stuff that the messenger complimented your man. But when you get the actual Muhammad Speaks newspaper for yourself, the messenger complimented everybody. They even had little kids from the Chicago University of Islam that gave nickels and dimes to the messenger's cause. They had them in the paper, thanking them for nickels and dimes and pennies. It wasn't nobody special in the Nation of Islam during the time of the mess. Everybody got props. The MGT got all praise due to Allah. MGT got props. But the messenger said they jealous. They jealous of the messenger. Because if you actually had this information, you would be putting it out. You wouldn't care nothing about trying to put your little label on it or trying to put it out some special way. You just want the black man to know. Right. But, brothers and sisters, let's continue on with Christmas. And the one thing about this Muhammad Speaks newspaper that I like too is the progress section. Because the messenger always during Christmas time had a progress section to show black people they self. And this is the thing that I like about the Nation of Islam under the messenger, because the Muslims used to call a spade. Because some of these cartoons, when you look at them in the 60s, you will see the messenger reprinted a lot of the cartoons. But he will make a cartoon in there that was specific for that time. So you will know I'm still talking about this generation here. I'm not talking about back in the 60s brothers. I'm talking about 70 brothers too. Because in this progress section, they got a brother in there looking like Superfly. With the big hat, the afro, you know, the clothes that they used to wear, the pimps and all of that. To let black people know this is uncivilized. He wasn't trying to tiptoe through the tulips. Because they used to even have cartoons of brothers with afros. Back when the afro was popular. Saying how savage it was. Brothers wearing shorts. Saying that it was savage. Because during the time, it wasn't like we just dress like this because we Muslims. No. We dress like this because this is civilized. All praise due to Allah. That's how we try to present our style today. You know, this is just how we do it. And that's how, no. When you go get these papers, the messenger used to plainly say that is uncivilized. He didn't just say like, oh, that's how they do. An afro is uncivilized, it's savage. They used to call it the Bushman. So in these progress sections that the messenger had, he always showed about Christmas and how it was the birthday of Nimrod. And he also always showed how black people was going out drinking and getting drunk. That was the theme behind the Christmas progress sections. But in the article, this article called Christmas was a reprint by popular request from the December 25th, 1970 issue of Muhammad Speaks newspaper. And we're going to start in the middle. It says, here is what Allah taught me of the 25th day of December. He said that this is not the day that Jesus was born on. Jesus was born in September between the first and second week. No one actually knows what day it was, but it was in the first part of the month of September, because as I have foresaid, the Jews were watching for his birth to kill him, but they were mistaken. The one that he was actually taken for to be Jesus was not that one. They thought that Jesus 2,000 years ago was the Mahdi, the great Messiah that they call the Christ, or the Messiah coming at the end of their time to destroy them and set up another kingdom of that gods like him. God taught me that the 25th day of December is the day of the birth of Nimrod, and that the scientists know that that is Nimrod's birthday. Now this is one thing that the messenger always pointed out about Jesus. He always let it be known that the white race is the murderers of the prophets. He used to make that plain. Because we want to act like in this new school stuff, like it's good white people, bad white people, good Jews, bad Jews, good white Christians, bad. No. The messenger said the white race is the murderers of the prophets. All praise is due to Allah. Because this, when I was driving to work this week, I heard a commercial about Scientology. I couldn't believe it. It was on 92.3. They actually now talking about telling people to come down to the Scientology spot. And Muslims are promoting this stuff. Talking about this L. Ron Hubbard person. But the messenger said that the white race is the murderers of the prophets. He said that all the prophets tried to reform them. All of them did. But none of them was successful. He even talked about Jesus believed that he could reform the white man. But then he later found out that he couldn't. Then he changed his mind and started condemning them. The race of white people, not just the Jews. The white race. Because you got the Jewish white man and you got the Christian white man. Both of them devils. That's right. All praise is due to Allah. And our Savior has arrived on page 161. The messenger has, the Bible, Matthew 28 teaches that on his birth, when Herod heard of it, sent spies to ascertain the truth of the news that Mary had given birth to a child called Jesus. He told them to bring the word to him that he may go and worship him. So Herod, this Jew, this white Jew Herod, heard that Jesus was going to be born. He wanted to kill him. So he told them like, yo, where are you going to be born? Because I want to go worship him too. Trying to lie to them so they can tell him where Jesus was being born. So the messenger says, but by no means did he intend to give a true worship and recognition of Mary's son Jesus. He desired death for the son because he had read the Torah, and in it prophesied of the coming of the birth of a ruler who would be king of the Jews. He felt that his authorities and rule would be threatened and brought to a naught if this was the baby prophesied of. So this devil, this Jewish devil, read in the Torah. The Torah is supposed to be from God. The Torah is supposed to be what God's prophets talking. That's the Torah. The Torah said that it was supposed to be a prophet that was supposed to be born to be king of the Jews. Now, he reading this. That's like we read the Holy Quran and it say the messenger's supposed to be born. He's supposed to be born in Sandersville, Georgia. I'm going to Sandersville, Georgia to kill him. Ain't that a devil? Yes. He know what the scriptures say about this birth of Jesus, and he want to go kill him. That's the white race. That's how all of them are. When the messenger, they tried to kill the messenger. They had a Muhammad Speaks newspaper that they found a sniper's rifle across the street from the messenger's house. And that was the first time I heard the messenger talk about how he go where he want to go. He was like, he ain't worried about nobody killing him. He said God protects him. And I'm like, wow. He was talking about how he go to the store. When he get ready to go to the store, I'm like, wow. All praise due to Allah. And they found a sniper. That was shake. The average person like, wow, they trying to send me a message. Maybe I need to stay home a little more. He was like, man, I go where I want to go. Allah protects me. That's what he said. But they tried to kill the messenger. They tried to kill the Muslims. There was plenty of temples that was raided. Temples that was raided, and the white man used to come in and shoot up the temples. I was watching this documentary that the NYPD had about the incident in New York in 1972. And this devil actually said, he said that the FBI used to have people call to, make these fake phone calls to the police about people being in the temple with guns. He said that like they already knew it, the way they talk about it. They don't talk about it like it's a shot. They talk about it like, man, we tried it, but that didn't work. Like, they used to call and make the fake phone calls, and, he was just saying it like that's what they do. And I'm like, wow. So they used to do this purposefully in temples all across the country, because the messenger said they even knew about the coming of Master, that some God was going to come for us. They knew that. They all the time knew that one day this thing was going to come to an end. And look at how they do the black man. But the messenger talks about how the white race are the murderers of the prophets. And if we believed or got the teachings of the messenger how he taught us, ain't no way nobody could sell you this Scientology. Because L. Ron Hubbard is of the white race. He is of the race of the murderers of the prophets. So what you think you about to learn from this devil? Because the messenger in the message to the black man under the devil has two subtitles. It's called, Will the White Christians Accept Islam? And then he have another subtitle that says, The White Race False Claim to be Divine Chosen People. Just the messenger. He says under the subtitle, Will White Christians Accept Islam? He says, we have thousands of dark people joining Islam all over the earth, but a very few whites accept Islam. He says the door of Islam has always been open to everyone who desires to accept it. But today, it is different. The door of this religion is now being closed against the white race. Praise be to Allah. Not the white man, not the Jews, not the Christians, but the white race. All praise is due to Allah. Because this type of language that the messenger used to use, we need to resurrect that language. Yes. We need to start saying the white race. Just like they talking about, they want to start calling the devil Satan. And the messenger told them to stop saying devil in public. Okay, that's you. We're going to start resurrecting exactly what he said about the white race. He didn't talk about them as individuals. Like this is a Jew. And this, he said the door of, even though under the subtitle it says will white Christians accept Islam. Because when he talked about Christians, he didn't just say like this white, he says the Christian white race. Yes. He didn't just say the Christians. He said the Christian, so even though he has will the white Christians accept Islam, he's saying the door of Islam is closing to the white race. Yes. He's talking about all of them. Right. L. Ron Hubbard too. That's right. The door to Islam is closed to him, so he can come up with Dianetics if he wants to for them devils. That's good for them, but not for us. Right. Because what you as a Muslim look like going to the race of people who the prophets had came to them. And they telling you that they murdered all the prophets. Yes. Not some of them. All the prophets that was killed by the white man. But now you gonna let some devil tell you something about some Scientology. No, we ain't going for that. The messenger said the white race. He said the door to Islam is now being closed against the white race, which has repeatedly rejected Islam, made mockery of it, persecuted and killed the prophets and the believers, the followers, hid and concealed the truth of it, and its God Allah, who is the God of the universe, and Islam, his only religion. Then he goes on to say, as David says in his Psalms 94:20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. Now what do that mean? Framing mischief by a law. We see all these brothers who have gun permits. The devil say you got to get a permit to have a gun. Brother had that gun permit. So the devil asked the brother, do you have your gun permit? The brother tell him, yeah, I got my gun permit and I got my gun. So now the devil say, well, now I feel threatened. So as a police officer, the law say if he feel threatened, he can just shoot you. Right. How we know he feel threatened if I'm telling you, yeah, I got my gun permit. Yeah, I got my gun. You don't see me going for it. We got video. But you frame mischief with a law. Yes. You want to act like, oh, I was threatened. But you really want to kill niggas. Right. So you use this law for the police to frame your mischief in your law. That's what the devil do. He framed mischief in his law. All praise is due to Allah. And that's what they was doing during Jesus' time. Framing mischief in the law. And this is what the messenger says about them. He says, as David says in his Psalms 94:20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. The poor lost found members of the tribe of Shabazz, nicknamed Negroes by their slave masters, can well understand that they are the victims of such frame up against them throughout America when they seek truth, love, unity among themselves. So now we got this. I'm going to keep talking about this Scientology stuff. Because the one thing I'm not going to, or we the believers is not going to let no black person think that we going down practicing those Scientology. No, if you that kind of Muslim, that's you. We don't want no unity with them kind of Muslims. No, we don't want them kind of Muslims coming here to convince us about that. If that's you, that's you. Yeah. And you keep that to yourself. Yeah. Ain't no way we as believers going to get caught up in no Scientology with these Muslims coming over here and the black man think we with them. No, right. That ain't happening. So if you listening, and you one of these Scientology Muslims, or you a sympathizer with these Science, stay over there with that nonsense. All praise due to Allah. You gonna tell me this devil talking about some Mickey Mouse stuff? You ever read that Scientology garbage? Talking about Mickey Mouse, talking about some made up stuff that black people supposed to go and this gonna help you with the teachers of the message. No, man, we ain't going for that. So we the Muslims are going to keep out front what the messenger said about the white man. Yes. We're not going to add like he said in about these jealous ones. Let's read it again. He says, look at how they are reaching out at what I am teaching, placing it on their coat lapels and in their books, and mixing it up with their own corrupt ideas. If you sitting up here trying to justify Scientology, you mixing the messenger's teachings with your own corrupt ideas, because that's foolishness. That's foolishness to tell a black man who already in the mud, a black man who already going to church, a black man who already eating hard, a black man who already fornicating, a black man who already hate himself, and you telling him to go down there with you to practice Dianetics. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So, brothers and sisters, the messenger said, to wrap it up, he continues to say, talking about the white race, he says, they will offer Islam by Musa, Jesus, Muhammad, and many other prophets, but they rejected it. And certainly we raised in every nation an apostle, saying, serve Allah and shun the devil. So there were others against whom error was due. Therefore travel in the land, then see what was the end of the rejectors. The messenger says the prophets had delivered to them the message of truth and shown them the right way, but they chose to remain in error, evil doings. This stands true of this people today. They know the truth, the right from wrong, but they like wrong or evil better than right. Therefore, they are against Islam and its truth. This is the messenger. Talking about the white race, meaning the Jews, meaning the Christians, meaning the atheists, meaning the homosexuals, meaning the good devils who good fathers and good mothers and good wives, they devils. Yes. All of them. That's right. He said they reject Islam. And how us as the black man, how we know what right is? We don't even know that our names will get us hellfire. We don't even know that hog is the divinely prohibited flesh. We don't even know how to cover up. We don't even know how to dress civilized. We don't even know how to unite. So what we know about what's right and wrong? How hard is it for a devil that used to take a black man and lynch him on a tree and leave him out there for the birds to eat at his flesh? How hard is it for them to pretend to be good to you? That ain't hard. That's just like a man who beating his wife. If he was hardcore on her for 30 years, then he bring her a flower. Then he take her out to eat. He might still hate her. He might say, I'm just buttering her up to go hard on her later. Right. So I'm going to give her a rose. I'm going to take her out to eat so she can calm down a little bit. Then he go hard on her and beat her, when his intentions was all the time to do that. But her being beaten, abused by him, she be like, oh, he ain't never gave me a rose before. He ain't never took me out to eat. That's the same thing with the white man. Yes. All praise due to Allah. He ain't never tried to be the friend of the black man. He ain't never let you marry. He ain't never leave you alone. He ain't never let the police not take you to jail. So if a police officer come up to you and give you a slide on the ticket, oh my God. Thank you, sir. That ain't good. He's still a devil. He's still, all praise due to Allah. He still got you eating hog. You still Johnson, Jackson, and Smith and Culpepper. What a good is that because he let you slide with a ticket? That ain't nothing. But it ain't hard for the white man to convince us that he good because he's a devil. And any type of good that a devil do, it seem like, dang, what's wrong with him? He doing good. But he's still a devil. And that's what the messenger said. And we want to read, to wrap it up, it says the white race false claim to be divine chosen people. And we're just going to get straight to the point. The messenger said the white race is not and never will be the chosen people of Allah. They are the chosen people of their father Yaqub, the devil. Now what else needs to be said? What you need to read about L. Ron Hubbard and Dianetics after you hear that the messenger said they ain't the chosen people of God, they the chosen people of their father Yaqub, the devil. All praise due to Allah. And if you're a Muslim and you got message to the black, you need to go over there with them. Ain't nobody trying to save none of them. If you got how to eat to live, the messenger calling the white man the devil and how to eat to live. You hear how they science up all this nonsense for these devils. Now, I know brothers who used to be Muslims in the day, because I know when I read some of these papers and hear what Muslims used to say, what Muslims used to do, I know they can't believe we apologizing and sympathizing for some devils. To listen to these brothers convince you that L. Ron Hubbard ain't no devil. To convince you that what he teaching ain't bad for the black man. To have them convince you that it's some righteous Jews. To have them convince you that some priest is a good white man. A priest. The messenger talked about how the Pope is the dragon. But now, you know, this new school stuff. Muslims talking about the white races. The messenger said in Savior's Day 1971, the last point. He said that a Muslim has nothing but death in his heart for the white man. Death in his heart. So what you look like as a Muslim coming telling me something about some L. Ron Hubbard? When the messenger said, in Savior's Day 1970, go listen to it. It's on YouTube. He said that a Muslim has nothing but death in his heart for the white man. Well, brothers and sisters, we don't want to prolong the time. So I'll leave you as I came in the Nation of Islam's greeting words of peace of Assalamu alaikum.
Let's give Brother Mr. Number a round of applause. Praise be to Allah. Oh, what a great day. I'd like to say in the name of Allah who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, the true and living God, we forever thank him. Spread up on our midst a divine leader, teaching guide in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. May the peace and blessing of Almighty God, Allah, be upon him. We know as believers that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is no longer with you and I in a physical form. But that what was given to him from Almighty God, Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, lived in you and I, the believers. We're very fortunate, brothers and sisters, to be followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, especially in this day and time. We're witness bearers, bearing witness that there's no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad was his last and greatest messenger. We, as believers, never saw the divine supreme being, one who knows what we know, who knows all, but we believe that the messenger saw him. And we believe that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had talked to him face to face. And we believe that he is God, who came in the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, true and living God. It's an honor and a privilege to be here in this day and time, bearing witness that there's no God but Allah. We are witness bearers. And we're very fortunate, we're very blessed to be followers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know, we talked about, gave a little something on Ramadan. This is Ramadan, the month that the messenger chose for you and I, as believers. And we should take it seriously, take it to heart, because it is serious. And we really want to try and complete this. It's once a year. Not on the Arab calendar, but what the messenger have prescribed for his followers. And we have to take this very seriously. Because I want to read something again to make it more clear this time around than it was the first time. And it's a little different when you get it. You look on it in the paper and you see what the messenger have written down for you and I. You can get a better understanding. It's plain. If it wasn't written down, it's plain. But you get a better understanding when you're looking right at it, you know. And it says here that I want to read something here from the messenger concerning Ramadan to his followers. It's a letter to the followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, Ramadan. That's what it says. It said, dear followers of Messenger Elijah Muhammad, we are about to enter our annual fast that is called Ramadan in Arabic. This is not the actual month taken by the Arab Muslims. However, it comes in this month every few years, but ours remain in this month every year. So we don't fast with the Arabs, which is plain. The reason I have appointed December for our fast is because we were once Christian believers, and we used to worship this month as the month Jesus was born. Since the knowledge of Jesus' birth, ministry, and death has come to us from the all-knowing one, Master Farad Muhammad, just the all-knowing one, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, worshiping in Christianity was not true, since being called to worship of Allah and his true religion, Islam. Okay, now that's real nice and understandable. We shouldn't have no hang up there. I desire that we take this month in order to do away with our desire to worship along with the Christians. We have to be real careful there. Because of that great display of tempting merchandise to commercialize on in this month instead of a sincere spiritual desire and honor of their prophet Jesus, as they claim. Do away with this desire in us. I ask you to abstain from taking part in any way, shape, form, or fashion with the Christians by fasting throughout this month called December. This year, 1973, I am asking you to be more strict than you have been in the past. See, that's back there, because, back then that day, we got loose. You wasn't really, you be careful, because, you'll get caught up. Because the messenger taught us, back then, we wasn't, he said, strict. So in other words, we wasn't too strict. He said he wants you to get strict, so he's probably saw something that wasn't going like it should have been going. That's why he said, I'm making it strict. So we wasn't loose back then. Let every one of us sincerely keep up the 5 prayers a day, as near to the designated time for such prayer as possible. So he's saying get to it as close as you can. There is an excuse for you who are working and is not giving time to you who are able. Keep up prayer throughout the day. So now we're able to keep up prayer throughout the day, we should be able to make the prescribed times. Let us keep our minds clean and clear throughout the month. Do not quarrel with anyone if you can prevent it. Do not drink, do not eat or drink during the day, from dawn of the day until nightfall. Do not eat any land meats, animal or fowl. You can eat seafoods, but no land meats. And eat as you have been taught, 1 meal a day. But after nightfall and before daybreak. Do not engage in games of killing animals, fowl, or any kind during your fast. Take not the life of any kind unless you are fought against. Do not fight. But if you are attacked in the mosque, Allah has given you the right to fight with those who fight against us, regardless to the month, fast, or scaredness of the mosque. Married couples should take no pleasure during daylight hours. They should abstain from total pleasure during the day in the way of conjugal sex relations. Keep your body and mind clean of filth and evil. We should concentrate on thanking Allah for bringing us Islam and choosing us as his people and providing us with a teacher of his religion. And thank him for the blessings he has and is still giving us. And we shall not forget to pray for his help against our ever open enemies, the devils. and pray Allah revenge on the devils and their evil plans of persecuting and murdering us, the poor lost found believers in Allah and Islam. That's something. Whew. That's something there. And do not forget this year that the enemy had killed some of our brothers. And pray Allah's chastisement to pour upon our enemies for this evil and the evils they have planned against us in the future. So remember, you may eat and drink all you desire during the night, but do not eat animal or foul flesh, nothing of the land, other foods you may eat. May the blessings of Allah guide you, may the blessings of Allah guide and help us to make our fast this month, December 1973, a sincere one, without seeking any vain glory or exhortation or argument. I thank you, and may Allah and may the peace of Allah be with you. Assalamu alaikum, your brother, the messenger of Allah, Elijah Muhammad. That's something. Pray be God. That's something. He said, pray against them for their devious deeds against you and I. Back then and the future. So this month, we should do this fast and be sincere with it, because the ones who uphold it and keep it, they're going to benefit from it. If we don't get nothing out of the fast, that's something you didn't do right or something I didn't do. But those who are sincere will really benefit from this fast. And it's peace. Islam means peace. And when we fast, we're in unity. This fast brings us in unity, the believers. And we're going to be successful. We are successful because this is our day, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us. He said that, I forget this out, our Savior has arrived, the great day. This is the great day for the believers. Great day for the believers. I'm telling you, it's a great day for the believers. Sometimes it might look bleak, but that's all right. We know we have a God on our side. We know we have a God that's backing us. And we know we're going to be successful because we are successful. We steady rolling. We're still here. The messenger says for those who want it. See? If you don't want Islam, it don't want you. I don't care whatever month is in. But this is the holy month of Ramadan. This is a month that we should be happy. See? We should be working in unity together. And it's a blessing. Good spirit. We have God on our side who came in the person of the Master Farad Muhammad, true living God. Let's see what the messenger say here. He said, we're living in a great day, God and man. We're living in a great day. But we know it's a great day for some and a bad day for others. But he said, especially, the great day. See, this is what he said. He said, the world is divided into two camps, Islam and Christianity. That's what it's divided, Islam and Christianity. Which one will survive the war of Armageddon? He said that the messenger said, so this is a great day. The passing away of one world and the coming in of another. Let's get back here to Ramadan and how we should be sincere and focus on what the messenger had taught us. So I know back, me and my wife was together, and my daughter, she was a little girl, maybe about 7, 8 years old, and we was riding. I think we was having meetings at night that time. And this Christmas thing, we didn't take them out during the night. We kept them away from that because it can attract you the lights. She asked my wife, she said, Mommy, she saw them lights. Do we have any lights? She saw it on Christmas. She's 7 or 8 years old at this time. And my wife said, yeah, we sure do. Right away. She went and got the sun, moon, and starlight. And let her, probably don't remember. And that was the light. But see, then Raul saw a big Santa Claus. He didn't call him Santa Claus. He called him Nimrod.
That's right.
He called him Nimrod. Because he was taught. He wasn't taught this was Santa Claus. He was taught that was Nimrod. Praise be to Allah. That was Nimrod. So, you have to teach them in their infancy. If you don't teach your child in their infancy, they're going to grow up believing in Santa Claus.
Yes.
That's what they're going to believe in. You have to tell them from the beginning. I wasn't taught from the beginning. I was taught there was a Santa Claus.
Right.
But I wasn't taught there was no Santa Claus. They was taught he was the devil. Ain't no, then there's Nimrod's birthday.
That's right.
They open up and pass out gifts and all that. That's Nimrod's birthday. That's part of the game, because we know that what he used to go get all the gifts and riches. He used to go rob the black man and bring them back to his people.
That's right.
In gifts. So these are the kind of things we have to be real careful of when we're teaching our children.
Yes.
And even ourselves, I tell you, what the messenger said back there, we're not careful, we'll get caught up.
Yes. Yes.
Ain't they talking about Christmas? What they claim Christmas, sweetest day. Valentine's Day, you wind up going out buying candy and all this kind of stuff. You supporting the devil. That's his thing.
Right. Right.
Mother's Day. You know what the best thing you can do for your mama? Give your mama a call.
Yes.
Hey, mama, I'm thinking about coming over there. I'm coming over there today. Do you want something, me to stop at the store and bring you something? Yeah, you want to stop and stop at the store and bring you something?
Yes.
Or take her $20, $25,
Right.
or something like that, $50, something, give it to her. She'll like that more than all the other stuff. She'll love that. Because you're showing that you care about her. Just, I mean, you know, ain't no this gift thing. You can give them a gift every day. You don't make a certain day for you can give your mama a gift. You can give your mother a gift every day. You can call her and tell her how much you love her. That's what you let her hear that. See what I'm saying? But I used to find myself, got caught up before I even knowed it. You go to buying cards and boxes of candy and getting yourself caught up in there. You don't even realize it. It happens so fast. And he said, wait a minute, hold on, man, let me back up here.
Right.
See? But the messenger always keep us right on point where we're supposed to be. See? Because we have to do it like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us to do if we want to be successful.
Yes.
Sometimes they be partying and doing all kind of things, drinking and everything else on this day. Christmas. So I know my baby, how it affected her when she saw that. See, it's a attraction. When all of the lights and it's flashing lights and it's to attract the little child. And they get caught up in it. Because she sure acts. My wife, just like that. Yeah, we sure do. She normally she wouldn't have been out.
No.
But we was having our meetings on Wednesday nights and Friday nights at that time. We were trying. She wouldn't have been out. They wouldn't have been out. Now in the daytime, well, Raul saw that big Santa Claus, but he said, that big Nimrod.
That's right.
That's right. He said that big old Nimrod there. We was going out grass, that little church over there, a great big old Nimrod. He didn't say Santa Claus with reindeer, Rudolph. He said big Nimrod. That Nimrod.
That's what he said.
See, but he had to not, but he had to be taught.
Right.
And they don't know unless you teach them.
That's right.
See? So we have to refrain and get away from that surroundings, man, because It'll affect you and I in a way.
Yes.
It gets us, what they call it, subliminal seduction.
Right.
It gets you, it have you, you don't even realize that you caught up. You don't even realize it got you.
Right.
And it got you. Because once you in it, it got to have it. You don't realize it. You just, oh no, but it's got you. You hit. You hit. So that's gonna get back to show you. They used to dance. Used to let dance. Civilized. They couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. So he had to stop all of it. All in the corner. Oh, just couldn't do right. See, this is how it is. So if we're gonna do it right. If you're gonna do it right, because you're gonna get good results. And this is what it's for. It's not to make it hard on us. It's to make us disciplined.
Yeah.
To have good discipline. So we remember, we got to teach our children. I'm so thankful to Allah that we was able to, my wife was able to teach our children. I'm in the field.
Yeah.
Ain't too much to do. I do a little something, but I ain't gonna take that credit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't even want me about. But that's just a man. See? And they come to me, go see your mama. You know, wax up. I don't be bothered with that. That's how men are. But they shouldn't, but it should help out, you know what I mean? But that's how we are. So the even woman even come to your age when you all messed all up. She come and grab your head, hug your head, put your head up there. See, that's what women do. See? But anyway, thank Allah. You know how we do. First thing we holler, and then she come on, baby, and she holding your head, consoling you. You ain't got time, but she consoling you, rubbing your head, looking at you. See, but to teach them that our babies didn't grow up believing in Santa Claus. They was taught, and then Allah bless them, and then what it is, it's a carryover. She gonna teach our children.
Right.
She gonna teach our children. Ain't no Santa Claus. We kept them away from it. We kept them away from it. Did I tell you? No, we kept them away from it. See, and I think a lot of we did. Just so happened, Raul saw us in the daytime. We was just in the daytime, but we did all them lights and all that stuff. You know that? Why by witness? We kept them out of there. We kept them away from that. They didn't see all that because it's tempting. It's the flashing lights, man. They know what to do to trap you, to get your attention. That's like you hear a siren. When you hear a siren, you know when it gets your attention, you woo, woo, woo. It's getting your attention. It got your attention. That flashing light.
Yes.
That's what they put it there, the flashing light to get your attention.
Right.
So when you see that flashing light, you get out the way. It ain't got to make no noise. You just see that flashing light. It's going to draw your attention.
Right.
That's what they do that. But they have Christmas and white folks and everybody dancing, passing gifts. In my inclusion. It took me a while. I ain't going to lie to you. Come out of that.
Yeah.
Devil had it in better than I can put it on the devil. But I can't put it on the devil now. But I could then. I know better now. See, it took a while for me to get cut out of that. See? Let them have their time. I give my mother a gift, I'll take it on Savior's Day.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I took her on Savior's Day. This is what we celebrate, Mom. Celebrate that, and she respect it. That's good. Well, whether she respected it or not, I'm still. That's my mama. Whether she respected it or not, that's the way the best you taught us to do, and that's the way I'm gonna do. You know, I still love you. Whatever damn you celebrate, it make no difference to me. That's you. I celebrate mine. You know, February 26th. That's our Christmas. Savior's Day. Well, we pass gifts and everything. So, I thank you for your time. May Allah continue to bless you and me. Assalamu alaikum. Praise be to Allah. Here you go, brother. Gotta get out the way. Hold up. Right. Get your phone. Oh, yes, sir.
Brother Sister, rise for prayer. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Soul Masters, Day of Judgment in which we now live. The alone do we serve, and the alone seek for thine help and aid. O Allah, please guide us on the right path of those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not on the path of those upon whom thy wrath is brought down, nor those who go astray after they heard thy teachings. Say he, Allah is one God. Allah is he of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He begetteth not, nor is he begotten, there is none like him. And I bear witness that none is to be served worth to praise besides Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is our true servant and last apostle. Ameen. Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us not to do anything to anyone that we wouldn't have done it to ourselves, and treat everybody right, even the devil. Assalamu alaikum.